Hey, hey, hey. Happy Monday. How is everyone doing? I have found myself pretty quickly today. That's good. All right. Let's see. Let me share it over to my group page. All right. Then we will get it up and going here. Maybe. All right, let me close that out. All right, we are officially live and ready to go. I've gotten everything shared. So for those of you who don't know, my name is Amy Rogers and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I call my little business simply Elizabeth Crafts. So that is why the Facebook page is called that. So let's see. Let's start off with prizes from last week. So we had a bolt of ribbon and then some embellishments. These are actually both retired items, but again, I've been cleaning out everything, so trying to pass all this along to you guys. So Verna, you won the ribbon, and then Brenda, you won the embellishments, and I have both of your mailing addresses, so I will get those in the mail to you both tomorrow. All right, so congratulations to you ladies. Make sure that you share the video and comment. When you do that, you get your name into the drawing for prizes. And this week's prizes are, I have another pack of the Sweet Little Valentine cards and more. And then I have to reach. And then I have Celebration of Tags. So I have a stamp set and then this little cards and more. And these are, it's got envelopes in it and then you've got card bases in there too. So great little options there. All right. So make sure again, you comment, you share, and then your name will get in the drawing for that. If you do share, make sure that you comment that you shared, because if you don't, then it doesn't show me your names, so I won't know that, so I won't be able to put your name into the drawing, okay? All right, so we're gonna start off with some things that are going on with Stampin' Up. Currently, they are doing a promotion. This ends next Monday, the 31st. Right now, they have a joining special. For $99, you get $155 in products. Typically, you get $125. So this is a great deal if you are interested. We would love to add you to the Stamping Grace team. So you can email me for information on that, or there is a link in the video for you as well. Stampin' Bingo. So this is something that I do every time the catalog comes out, whether it's a mini or an annual catalog. I have a lot of fun with these because you're playing bingo, which I love bingo, and then we're also getting to craft. So putting two things that I love together is awesome. So we are going to be live and in person, and I'm super excited about that. We're going to be at Murray's Neighborhood Bar and Grill, which is in Casey, South Carolina. I tried to get this a little closer to the ladies who normally come to my live events so that it gives you, so you're not having to drive so far since I am now much further away from you ladies. So cost is $45. There's a link to register in the description of this video. We already have a bunch of people signed up. I do have a limited number of people who can sign up due to where we are going to be having it, and so there's, I think, only 15 spots available total, and I want to say 6 or 7 of those are already taken. So if you are interested, make sure that you go ahead and get registered for that. Hey Verna, how are you? By the way, you won a bolt of ribbon today, so yay, and thank you for sharing. I really appreciate that. What is the saying? Sharing is caring. I think that's what a lot of people say. And it really does, because it helps my business. So the next thing is, if you decide that you don't want to join, which would be a shame if you're spending a bunch of money to get Stampin' products. If you spend $250 or you host a party, which you can certainly do, that is a great way. Get a bunch of friends together, and then it will add up to that $250 for you. When you hit that $250, you get an additional $25 off in products. Not off in products. In products. So it's an additional Stampin' reward. So at $250 you get 10%, and then you get an additional $25. So great promotion. I've had several people take advantage of that. So that's awesome. All right. Next thing is, we are going to be playing with Paper Pumpkin today. So I did want to share with you, this is the May box. This was the Batters Up box. This is my last one. So if you are interested in purchasing this one, please let me know. Cost is $25. That includes shipping. But the one for June, last day to register is June the 10th. And it will be expressions in color. So if you are interested in joining Paper Pumpkin, there's a link in the description and it will take you to get that done. But again, I do have one more kit left for the Batters Up. I have actually mailed several of these this month, which has been great. My husband definitely appreciates that. Okay, so we're going to do Batters Up today. I always like to do a little alternative Paper Pumpkin. So this is what the kit looks like. And I have made the cards here, just like the kit says to. Oh, you're welcome, Verna. Okay, so these are the 3 cards that they have here on the front. This is how it was designed to play out, okay? Or designed to create it. But being a crafter, you always switch it up a little bit, right? So we're going to do some alternatives. I do want to show you a few that I did just kind of playing around. I try to use all the materials in the paper kit or in the kit that comes so that I don't have any leftover pieces. All right, so those are that. So these are just some additional ones that I put together. Of course, I needed one, you know, you got to have one for a mom because the mom's always out on the ball field. And then I had to do a softball one. And then I literally did this one like the one in the kit, but I changed the name to Dad. And then I did this one, which I don't know if it necessarily even looks like a baseball field, but I was trying very hard to make the grass much larger so that I could put that sentiment there. My husband approved of it, so I'll go with it. He's a huge baseball fan. So these are a couple of extra ones that I did. Now, there's a description to my blog, and there's a link to my blog in the description of this video, and all the pictures are on there, so you can go on there and view them closer if you would like to. Now, typically, the instructions for Paper Pumpkin come in black and white. They have done something new this month, and I'm super excited about it. They have put it in color, and they have walked you through the steps much easier for each individual card. So they have stepped up their game. They give you all the pieces that you'll need to use for each card, and then they walk you through exactly what you need to do. So that's putting it on your block, and then you'll stamp it using that ink, okay? So they also, which they've been doing this for a while, but they also give you a couple of alternatives on the back. All right? So Paper Pumpkin is stepping up their game, which is nice. All right, let's start with our cards for today. We are going to start with this one right here. And I'm gonna grab my supplies. I tried to do the majority of everything beforehand. I'm gonna move this out the way. There's a link to order if you decide to use the host code. There's a link in the description of the video. Everything's in the description of the video. All right, so let's get started. We're gonna we're gonna fold our card base in half. Just like that. And then we are going to take, I've got 2 pieces of basic white cardstock. Directions are on the blog. I give you the measurements of all the cardstock, and I kind of do just a short, quick tutorial kind of thing on there. So if you want to have a step-by-step on how to put these together, go to that blog post and it'll walk you through. So we're going to take one of these pieces and we're going to attach our piece here. And this is from, let me show you. Well, from the kit, there was a piece of already cut out or designed pieces, and all of these were on that sheet for you to punch out. So there was no stamping involved, which is great. Sometimes I love that about the paper pumpkins. All right, so let me get this started. All right, we're going to, as I get glue everywhere. All right, so we're gonna attach this. Actually, you know what? Before we attach, I'm gonna go ahead and stamp the bats. And I say that because I don't want to put the red piece too far down. So I'm gonna set that aside. Let's do that first. All right, so I'm gonna take Early Espresso. And I'm going to take, nope, I'm not Early Espresso, it's Soft Suede. We're going to take Soft Suede. And this is Soft Suede as well. And then we're going to do the bats. And I'm just going to arrange the bats down here at the bottom. And there's no rhyme or reason to how it's done, but I am turning it around so that you've got top and bottom as well. Okay. And almost there. And one more. Actually, we might be able to get 2 more on there. Yeah, let's do another one. And we'll do this one a little bit at an angle. Okay, so we've got our baseball bats on there. And now we're going to take that red piece we put adhesive on. Hey, Karen, how are you? And we're going to line it up right about here. Okay? And then we're going to adhere it down. And then we do have some extra, so we're going to cut that down. I'm going to grab my dirty scissors and just cut that extra off. Hey Karen, I actually did a lot of alternatives for this kit if you would like to go check them out on my blog. There is, and I'll show them again at the end, the alternatives that I did, but I know that you were doing some fun stuff with this kit because of your son. So, all right, let me see if I can get this cut. There we go. And I moved my trash bucket a little bit. Okay, so there we go. Now, these are not straight. I'm fine with that. I didn't want them to be fully straight. And once you put all the other stuff on top, you can't even tell. So if that's not perfect, I wouldn't stress over it too much. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take the baseball. And we're going to adhere it right here. Then we're going to take the All-Star and we're going to pop it up. I don't know if you guys watching or not, if you like baseball. I will say I'm probably not the biggest fan. I would prefer to go to the field to watch. Like, I can do that. But when I was a child, my granddad was a huge baseball fan. Well, he was a huge Atlanta Braves fan. Let me just say that. And he could have cared less if we gallivanted through the house and ran around like crazy people when we were kids. He could have cared less until the Braves came on. And when the Braves came on, you either sat down and hushed in the living room or you went outside. There was no talking. And the man, when he watched baseball, he did not holler. He did not scream. He would literally say nothing through the whole game. And then if they won, he'd just, give like a, okay, awesome, whatever. There wasn't really much emotion to it. And if they lost, he just literally would go, ugh, and then turn the TV off and go on about his business. My husband is not like that, just FYI. Okay, we're going to attach this to our card base. My husband is very vocal. My husband loves the Atlanta Braves as well. He says it is that his teams, because he's a Carolina football fan too, that he picks the teams that give him the most heartache, which he is correct on that. So, all right, so we're going to put that down. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get a piece of Night of Navy cardstock. And I have to find my Night of Navy cardstock because I think I moved it. Oh no. All right. I'm going to grab a Night of Navy cardstock, but we're going to use the hat builder. Oh, thank you, Christina. We're going to take the hat builder die set, which this is a great set and coordinates very well with the baseball, with the Batters Up paper pumpkin. So we're going to take this and we're going to die cut it from Night of Navy. So let me grab the Night of Navy real quick. I had it over on the other table. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our little mini cut and emboss machine and we're going to cut off a piece right about here so we can get this bad boy in here. We're going to stick it there and then we're going to run it through. All right, sorry about the shaking. All right, so now we have a cute little ball cap. So cute. I love the hat builder set. Well, it's called Hats Off stamp set and then the hat builder dies. That was one of the very first bundles that I fell in love with in the catalog. All right, we're going to put a dimensional on the back of it. And then we're going to stick this right here in the corner. Okay? Now, this comes with multiple different card bases. One of those card bases looks like, hold on, let's see. There it is. It looks like this. Now it has the white piece over there, so it would technically look like this, but I already cut that part off. So what I did was I took this and I cut using the stitched stars and I cut out 2 stars from that. Okay? And all I'm going to do is pop these over and I'm going to put dimensionals on them. All right, so I'm going to put a regular Stampin' Dimensional and then I need a mini Stampin' Dimensional. All right. And then we're going to stick this here. So it's going to go up under that hat there, and then we'll stick this one right up under it over there. Okay, so that is your outside of the card. Now let's stamp the inside, and that's what the inside looks like. So we will grab our soft suede again, then we're going to grab our bat and we're going to put this one at an angle like this. and then we're gonna sit this one straight up, okay? Now, this little hat right here is from the stamp set that you get with the paper pumpkin. So these are the stamps that you get right here. And then we're gonna use this little hat. And I'm just gonna put it on the back of the bat. All right, so I'm gonna close that up. I'm gonna grab Night of Navy, ink it up, and then stamp it right there. So now you've got your hat and your bat. Okay, then we're just gonna adhere this to the inside. Like this. All right, and then that is card number 1. Okay, I'm gonna set those aside, and then we're gonna grab card number 2. You also get envelopes in this kit, and this is what your envelopes look like. So these would make really cute hats as well if you decided to do that. Or you can use them as envelopes. All right, so card number 2, I had to give some love to softball players. So I decided to go a little girly. This one took me a little while to put together. I did several of them and didn't like them. I'm still not sure that I'm 100% for this one, but I liked this best out of any of the ones I did. All right, so we're gonna do our card base. Then we're gonna take this little heart. Now this heart is from Lots of Heart. So it's that one right there. We're gonna use some real red, and we're gonna stamp 3 hearts in each corner. Okay, and we're gonna come up here, and we're gonna do 1 there, 1 there, and then 1 there. Okay, then we're going to, I cut this out using the layering circles, and I was trying to not have to put the stitching on myself, okay? So I went and I searched Pinterest, and this actually was the color and kind of design of a softball birthday cake, which is kind of where I got the idea from. Instead of a hat there, they had a bow on the cake. So like if this was the cake right here, they had a bow right here, and then it just had like her name on it. But they had the stitching on there, and I didn't want to have to put all of that on there. So a great way to use different stamps. One of the ladies that I kind of saw do some softball crafting, she used hearts to make the stitching. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna use the heart, and this heart is again from the Lots of Hearts, and it's this long line right here. So we are gonna use that, and this piece didn't really want to stay on, so I have to keep kind of putting it back. All right, I'm gonna grab a scrap piece of paper real quick. Because I'm gonna stamp off a little bit. All right, so we're gonna take this, then we're gonna ink up with real red, and then we're going to stamp down just like that. I think I need to, excuse me, I think I need to re-ink my real red. It is, it's getting a little light. All right, and then we're gonna do this one right here. Perfect. Okay, I will probably not be able to line that up. We're going to try it. If it doesn't work, we'll flip it over. Let's see if I can get it. Oh, that's pretty good. Yep, we'll take that. Okay, so then we'll set that aside for right now. We're gonna do that. Actually, let's go ahead and stamp our sentiment. I'm gonna put these stamps up here so I don't get them everywhere. Okay, and again, this is from the Lots of Heart. So we are gonna take these come in the kit. They're little labels, okay? And we're gonna stamp these onto our labels. All right, and we're gonna use the Real Red. Now, I'm gonna show you how I did this. All right, so I'm gonna make sure that your all fits on one, like that, okay? Then I'm gonna take Heart, and I'm gonna line it up on that one, okay? Then all I'm gonna do, move that. I'm gonna pop these out. I'm gonna take my scissors, and then I'm gonna literally just cut off there and there. Okay, then we're gonna do that with this one. So we're gonna cut off your, and then we're gonna cut off whatever little bit of the H is on there. Okay, so that is now our sentiment. And the great thing about using the labels is that you don't have to pull out the cutter and do all of that. Nope, and you don't have to actually cut from top to bottom. So it fits on there perfectly. Okay, so we've got that. Now what we want to do is we want to take and adhere this white piece to our Real Red. Okay, so we've got that on there. Now we're going to take some ribbon, and this is our Real Red ribbon. We're going to adhere it right here on our, we're going to wrap it around. And adhere it right there. Okay. Now, what I want to do is I want to kind of give it a bow, but not really. So I'm going to take our seal and I'm just going to run it like that a couple times across. Then I'm going to take better scissors and we're going to come here. We're going to run this up like this. So we're almost going to do like a zigzag across there like that. I need to add a little bit more adhesive now, so I'm just going to run some more adhesive down. And then it's going to go across like that. Okay, then we'll cut off the edge or the tail. There we go. And that makes our little fake bow underneath. Then we're going to take our baseball and pop it up over our ribbon. We're going to do 4 dimensionals just to make sure that it stays. Okay, I'm going to do it a little bit at an angle. All right, so there we go. Then we're going to take our and we're going to add a little bit of adhesive. We're going to stick it right about there. I'm going to do the same thing to all. We're going to stick it right about there. And then for heart, we're going to have it hang off. So we're going to take mini dimensionals, and we're going to attach right there. And then we're going to put a little bit of adhesive on the other side. Okay, and I'm going to get that off the table. All right, take off the backing, and then we'll stick it right down, halfway hanging over onto the softball, and then halfway off. Okay, now what we need to do is we're going to go ahead and flip this over. We're going to add dimensionals to it, of course. You know me, my dimensionals. And then we're going to add there, and then we're going to put this on our card base. Okay. All right. And then those little hearts are just kind of sticking out there. It just kind of lets it keep flowing. I felt like when there was nothing behind it, it really was, it didn't stand out very well. So I added the hearts, and I think that's kind of where I was like, okay, I'm good with this. All right, now let's take, and we're going to die cut out that little hat again. I'm losing things today. All right, so we're going to stick it on here. This hat got used quite a bit when I was stamping and playing around with this set. All right, so there we go. Let's stick that over there, and then we'll put this back over here so I don't get... Now, all we're going to do on this one is we're going to put adhesive. We're not going to pop it up. So we're just going to put a little bit of adhesive there. And then we're going to stick it at an angle right there. Now, I want to put something on the inside. So I did You're the Best. And I'm going to grab my piercing mat. And I don't use it for piercing anything. I'm just going to use it because it's a larger solid stamp. And this will help to give me a good image. So we're going to grab that real red again. You could also do the Daffodil Delight because that's what the baseball's in. But I decided to kind of stick with the 3 colors that I had as far as inks. And then we're just going to stamp that right on in the inside. Just like that. And apparently it had something on it, but you know what? We're going to go with it. It'll be just fine. If you do that, if you ever make a mistake with that, you can always take a piece of basic white. I have a whole bunch that I cut on a regular basis. Like if I run out, I just take a whole pack and I start cutting them at 4 by 5 1/4. So worst case scenario is I could restamp it and I could put that over it. It wouldn't be a big deal, but I'm just going to leave it like that. I think it's fine. Okay, so that is card number 2. And card number 2, again, was using the Lots of Heart. That's where I really got everything for this card. Okay? All right. Now, this last one is my favorite. This one really just did it for me. I may have really become a baseball fan. No, I'm just kidding. I love going to the field and watching it in person, but I'm not necessarily a fan to watch it on the TV. I do with my husband when he wants me to, but other than that, I will stay away from it. Okay, so we're going to use this card base and we're going to stamp this hat. This hat comes from this Hats Off bundle. Okay, and then this is the one we were using the dies with. This just speaks to me. It's got your outdoor stuff. It's, obviously it does have your dad and that kind of stuff too, but it really reminds me of outdoors. And I know I've said this a million times before, but I love the outdoors and I love camping. And this this spoke to me. So it's very much like the last paper pumpkin kit that we had that was from March that had all the outdoor stuff. So yeah, it definitely was, it was literally probably the first thing on my list when I saw the catalog. So, all right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that Night of Navy and we're gonna ink up the hat. And then we're gonna stamp it. Now here I did it where it was sideways. I'm gonna stamp it so that the stripes are up and down now. I don't necessarily think it would matter, but I think I like it better that way. But I had already stamped it, so I just went with it. Okay, now the next thing I wanna do is I wanna stamp All Star. So, we're going to get it inked up real good. We're going to grab that foam mat again. And then we're going to stamp it between these two lines right there. Just like that. Okay, now we're going to die cut this out. And it won't fit through the mini emboss machine, so I'm going to pull in the big one real quick. And ignore all my stickers on here. These are little Post-it. It's Post-it tape is what it is. And I love this stuff, and it helps keep my dies from moving. So I keep them on there until you can't use them anymore. Now, one great thing about this die for this hat is it has stitching in it, and I love that because with this stitching it also can make it very feminine too. So I really, really did like that part of this die. All right, so we're gonna line it up, making sure I can see here. I'm gonna put one of the little stickies on there, and then I'm gonna run this through. And then that will go there. And I'm going to move this back to its little cart. I'm going to take that Post-it sticker off, put it back on my machine, and there we go. Now, when you see kids and guys at the ball field, their hat does not look that nice. So we are going to take a pair of scissors and we're going to give it some texture. We're going to make it look like it's a little tattered and torn. Okay, I am going to warn you, if you do this, it does get your area a little on the dusty side because you're going to have those little pieces. But I want it to look like it has been worn out. Okay, so, and it doesn't take but just a couple minutes to do it, even if it doesn't even take that sometimes, depending on how much you want to give it. I'm going to really give the bill of it a good. Okay, so I'm good with that. Got it a little bit tattered there. I'm gonna have to vacuum up afterwards. All right, so now we're gonna take this and we are going to grab all of our other stuff that goes along with it. All right, so we're using this card base, and this is one of the card bases that comes in the kit. We're gonna fold it over, give it a good burnish. We're gonna take a piece of real red cardstock and adhere it right there. We're just going to put it on the edge. We're going to line it up with the corner and then run it down that edge like that. Then we're going to take our dirty scissors. a worn look. That's good. I kept saying tattered, which yes, that is, but I like the word worn. That's a good one to describe it. Yes. I will be honest with you. Most of my hats, if I have worn them, that is how they look. They look very worn. Very, very worn. But they fit so much better when they are, because you have broken it in to your head. So, all right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take, these are cutouts that come with the kit, little baseball bat. So we're not going to even have to stamp it this time. All we need to do is add some mini glue dots to the back. So we're going to add, and look at there, I finished a roll. So we're going to pull out a new one. All right. And these are the ones that are on the backwards, in my opinion. Okay, and then we're going to put one down here on the handle. And then we're going to stick this just at an angle there. And then add here and one to the handle. Okay. And there we go. All right, so now we're going to take our hat and we're going to put dimensionals on the back of it. Add 2 more to it. Make sure that it stays. Take off the backings. And then we are going to stick it right here, and we're going to kind of put it over the baseball bat. It's like that. Then we're going to add, this kit came with some embellishments. So we're going to add these embellishments to it. I'm going to grab my take your pick tool. I'm going to add one there, there, and then up here. And I still think that it keeps it manly for even adding those. Okay, so that is card number 3. So let me bring in all the cards again. We will move all my chaos. You know, we close ourselves in when we craft. All right, so that is 1 and 2 and then 3. So this was a great kit. I did enjoy it. It did take me a little while to kind of play around and really get it, but once I started playing, it really did start coming easier. So, but this is a great kit. Again, I do have an extra one if anybody would like it, but yeah, great kit for those little baseball players that you have, and softball players. You can turn everything into a softball player as well. So, all right. Again, you can find all of these on my blog. There are pictures of all of them on there. So make sure you go check it out. And bingo and club and, oh, card class. I don't even think I talked about card class. I didn't. So this is card class for next Saturday. If you are interested in it, there is a link in the description of the video. I will mail these to you. You will actually you won't get the completed cards. So you will get the make and take packet for it. Like I'll cut out all these little things here, but then you have to have a stamp set with a flower and then the sentiment on there, okay? But if you're interested, it's in the link. I do have a couple more kits that are available. I will be mailing those probably on Saturday to make sure that they get out in time. And then club, if you're interested in club, let me know. There's a link in the description of the video as well, so you can check out that. It'll give you all the information, cost, all of that. So those of you who had club this month, for the month of May, if you did register for that, Your kits actually will go out in the mail tomorrow morning. So I sent out an email earlier today on that. So if you didn't get it, let me know, because that's got the link to your video. And then your email has your PDF in it as well. So I think that's it for today. If you guys have any questions, please let me know, and I'll see you next week. Oh, actually, no, I won't see you next week. I will be out of town next Monday for Memorial Day, but I will be posting a video. So it'll be a Facebook live, not really live, next week, and it will be using the Brushed Strokes bundle from the mini catalog. So I will not be live, but there will be a video that I will post to my YouTube, and then I will forward and share it to this page. So, all right, I'll see you guys later. Bye.